Hey, it says we're live. So I want to talk for a minute, just a minute. This is going to be really short today about the word joy. Now, we all love being happy, right? We all love the idea of being happy. Like if someone says, what do you want? And we say other things, well, I want to be healthy. I want to have money. I want to have freedom, that kind of good stuff. Well, that's all true. But underneath it, there's a connection that we don't say. I just want to be happy. And we equate not having one of those things, health or wealth or freedom, with not being happy. That's a connection that's not true unless we let it be true and unless stories of our lives behind us make it true. So those are just facts. And we're not going to talk about those today because that would take a longer discussion. But today I just want to talk about a little short word, joy. 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 I am joy. Why? I said so. I get to be joy because I love it. I love being joy. I choose joy. That's no matter what happens around me. Now, I was on a call this morning where someone else was leading part of it, and they did a spectacular job talking about events that happened before in our lives. Conditions, you can call them conditions, but they're assumptions. I call them context, or your BD, beliefs, definitions, experiences, expectations, and perceptions. All that collection of crap that happened before gives you a boundary, gives you a set of conditions in which you operate. Now, in your heart, you know that's true, but still, it's so easy to blame everything around you and all the stuff that is happening to you from others, from the environment, etc., for your circumstance, for whether or not you're happy today. So, for example, today it's cloudy and it's going to rain tonight and most of the day tomorrow. I could have frustration about that, or I can just be delighted that we're going to have moisture. And again, that determines my attitude. Now, a lot of that might depend on my previous experience with rain. If I've had time where rain just seemed to ruin everything in my life, then more rain coming might bring automatic SAD, seasonal affective disorder, and those kinds of things. And that's tied to what? It's tied to some previous experience that was real that I had that didn't have anything to do with today, but it brings up those old feelings. So today I want to talk about joy. You can have joy right here, right now. Now, I would invite you to challenge me on that. No matter what's going on, you can choose to have joy. And I have a funny story to tell you about what happened in Poland. My wife and I were in Kraków, Poland, the city of kings, and they have a really old castle there. It was really interesting. And there was also a place where we went to have chocolate, and it was the coolest chocolate. I won't call it chocolate milk, but hot chocolate I've ever had. It was like really chocolate, right? Just liquid chocolate. Best in the universe I've ever had anyway. Probably somewhere else. But anyway, we were walking down the main street, and in that area, there's one street that's like many big cities have, a shopping street, right? There's all kinds of shopping places and names you all recognize, Gucci and Hermes and Louis Vuitton. And, I don't know them all well. My wife could rattle off 30, but I'm not that good. But we were walking down the street and passing all these shops with stuff that's expensive. And we really hadn't planned on doing a lot of shopping, but we're there and that's kind of a touristy thing to do. So we're walking down the street. We passed this one store that had a big Italian flag out front and it was selling leather goods. So we decided to just go in there and look around. And I wasn't really looking for anything, and neither was my wife, whose name is Joy, by the way. So I really have joy twofold. Anyway, we looked at some different things, and there was a really cool briefcase, had a shoulder thing on it. So a shoulder and briefcase thing. And we looked at it and looked at the price. It's like, wow, it's a lot of money for just a briefcase kind of thing. And so anyway, long story short is we ended up deciding to buy it. And it was a splurge. It was extravagant. And I couldn't decide if I felt guilty or if I was going to talk myself into deserving it or any of that crap, but none of that matters. So they did what is normal in those kinds of experiences. They packed it all, put it all up in a bag and walked around behind the counter and presented it to me, like they do. And then we left, and I was pretty excited because this is a pretty smelled good and good leather and blah, 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 blah. And then I noticed what it said on the bag. And the bag, of course, had the Italian flag colors on it. And it said, and this, I guess, was the logo of the store, joy is a choice. Now, I don't know what the designer of the store or the person doing their marketing or anything else meant. One could assume they meant joy is a choice, meaning if you choose to buy our stuff, it will bring you joy. Possible. Great. How I saw it is something different and deeper, and explored the idea that no matter whether I bought it or not, I can be fully buried or just covered in joy. No matter whether I walk outside and it's raining, or something happens, or I'm not going to get to attend the conference the next day I'm supposed to go to, or some other thing happened, that doesn't affect me unless I let it. So in truth, joy is a choice. That is a fundamental tenet, like many, that everything you experience is your choice. That is a critical part of creating your ultimate life. Your ability to have a life of purpose, prosperity, and joy, of course. Do you have the life of your dreams? If you don't, why not? You can have it. It's available right here, right now. And it starts with taking responsibility, ownership, and making some choices. I would invite you with all my heart to take a step. Go to www.yourultimatelife.ca. There's some free stuff there that talks about how to create a life you love, the life of your dreams, purpose, prosperity, and joy, and your words that you would substitute for that. I invite you to do that. Take the challenge. Have the courage to explore a complete realm of possibility that today may not even be in your field of vision. We'll see you tomorrow.